It was never understood with these road developments and all, these thoroughpasses, these travelments, the ones underground. It was never understood why people are not allowed to go underground in Australia or certain parts of the world. Could say it is just because of the genes, what lives under the ground, that's come from the galaxy, from the outer space of alien worlds, that lives there underground, like the dragons made themselves. Well, they can be the genes that easily infest you going underground, like I found out in many a war tunnel in the British period of war, that all those germs are actually microbes of genes. Obviously realise the genes to your particular titanium runners are more certain to that. If that gets into your particular RNA or chromosomes, then obviously realise what the COVID result of that is. So where do you begin finding these genes? Testing soil samples? Digging up soil? You really don't know. But you can't say. Well, the world relations isn't there. Blocking the skies with your time tunnel is easily saying goodbye to the rest of the world. And your Vulcan Van Diemen's land of Australia will be its own coming, as you now find its own clearing of Van der Waals. Van der Waals, a British line of makeup. It was known by the Vulcan periods of Transylvania that those of the counts who relied on the governance, those that relied to run the city and its trade of business, were living on top of the mountains, safer away from the undercurrent, as it were, that undercurrent of those Titans, those of the mongers otherwise, and the people of misfits, obviously, those difficult to those of autism, as it were, because quite simply they were too low in the monger of what comes from the undergrowth of those mountains, thus of the ravines as you have it here, obviously, the water flowing through those ravines, feeding those particular vermin as they were, that are of the 1 nanomicron, as it were, those into your genetics, please, causing disfigurement and this form mainly of the eyes and ears and back and shoulders, and those of warts and moles as well, or of those 1 nanometer, obviously, in your RNA from the spider bait, as it were, let's call it that, as a common Australian term, anything, even though snail bait the same, obviously, you realise what is in those leaks. The cells of the celery are the same. The whole thing contain not just dirt, but what the genetics of that particular undergrowth is. The celery and leeks are of lower rock mountains. They shouldn't make it to the village. There's a problem these days. There's fruit and veg hasn't yet worked it out. There's even dirt thrown into the cauliflower. What's that? Water and rain and splashing of mud. You realise what that now means to your trans-demon land. Another period of COVID. Perhaps the injections of COVID cure can be developed a bit more quickly this time. Nanobots.